Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And welcome to my first makeup brand tier list. So this is not a new concept to the land, but I was inspired by Abby Williamson and the tier makeup videos that she has been making. So I thought I would give my own little spin on the concept. Basically, it's gonna be some shit talking, some brand appreciation, some in between, and some cocktails, and I think that's about it. If you are new here and you like colorful makeup, bitches with lots of opinions, or cute fat babes in general, I hope you will subscribe. And otherwise, we're gonna get into this tier list. This video is going to be all about Sephora brands, but don't you worry, I have some ideas for other groupings of brands that we can roast and appreciate together. So we are on the tier maker site. It is full of ads, so you're welcome. We're making our template. I started doing this, but I wanted to share the process with y'all. So it's Sephora makeup brands, and I have uploaded 25 brands. Thank you to my patrons / Discord members / friends who I sporadically asked for inspiration. I'll try to be more organized next time so that I can actually get like patrons and members in on it legitimately. So how the tier maker works is that you have different ranks for your brands or whatever you're ranking. And the standard is S, like top tier, God tier, A, B, C, and D. But the thing that I was so delighted by in Abby's videos was how she was naming these tiers. And I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to do a little fun stuff. So Abby used song names, and I totally took that idea and ran with it. I'm going to add some rows just in case I need them. The very first song that popped into my head for the what I will lovingly call the F tier. We gotta give it to Bye Bye Bye. Thank you, NSYNC, for a song name that encompasses exactly how I feel. If these brands were to just leave, go away, I would have no problem with it. They can get out. So above, like, get out, I'm done with you, I don't care, this song, we're naming this Unbreak My Heart because yes, I almost wrote Unbreak My Tony. Tony Braxton in this song. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Perfect. It's this tier are brands that like I once had some kind of affection for, and they broke my heart. And I would love for them to come back into my good graces. I would love to love them again, but right now, we're not. It's not a thing. Do you remember listening to Aaliyah and Timbaland, Are You That Somebody 5 billion times? Because that's one of the songs I've listened to so much, and I still love it. This is the We're Fine. I Might Like You Okay, but let's keep it on the DL. I'm not shouting you from the rooftops. I'm not, loving you as a brand, but I also don't totally wish you harm. Maybe I do wish you harm, but it's on the DL. Do you remember It's just oh. I almost tried to sing for y'all, and then my voice was like, what? Crush. It's just a little crush. There is a pop song that was perfection called Crush. It's just a little crush. That says it all. Now, my A tier, my I enjoy you, I like you. Baby, one more time. We can do this again and again. Because Britney Spears is pop perfection and has all of the nostalgia for me. And that's for the brands where I'm like, you are welcome back into my collection almost any time. I'm happy to have you over and over again. But the top, tippity top tier, we're giving it to Mariah Carey's Fantasy. But it's just a sweet fantasy. These are the brands that just put you in a dream-like state. They make you so happy or giddy. You just can't help yourself. You don't necessarily have to buy everything from it, but like, you get it. You get the feels, you get it. I'm not sure if there is a brand on this list that's going to end up in that top spot. But let's see. If you've never seen one of these charts, this is how it works. This is what it looks like. So, it looks like they have organized all of the brands by file name, which is totally fine. Because we're going to start with Anastasia, Beverly Hills. It's unbreak my heart. Like, I was not even an ABH stan, but I had an appreciation for them. And then, well, if you're in the community, you know, Norvina happened. A billion releases in a short period of time happened. Making business decisions based on the astrological charts happened. Not paying or undervaluing Black creators happened. So like, they could easily end up in bye, but I'm gonna keep them in Unbreak My Heart because that was what my heart said from the get-go. Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals. Okay. You know what? They were one of the first. Like, I had their mineral makeup back when they were just on the QVC, HSN, Home Shopping Network kind of things. And I feel like they can do good complexion, but nothing else from them does anything for me. I'm putting them in kind of like on the DL. Wait, where did that go? Hold on. What? Where did that file go? Sorry, we had to change the aesthetic because of PNGs. So I'm putting Bare Minerals in All You Got Somebody. I'm not against picking up some of their complexion products in the future, but like eyeshadows, lip products, I don't particularly care. This does not surprise anyone, but also some of y'all might be hurt by this, but benefit can go. I'm not saying they don't do a good brow product or that they can't do a good brow product, but we're not failing upwards. Again, we're not celebrating mediocrity today. Okay, I'm gonna grab some random ones just to spice it up. Let's see. Oh, Too Faced. Too Faced also goes in Unbreak My Heart because yes, they've had this weird, like, are we sexy or are we child's makeup aesthetic going on for a while, which is it's sus. But I hate to say it, there's something about them that they could come back to me. Like, if they cleaned up their act, I would consider, like, buying from them again in, like, like, you could mend a broken heart kind of way. Yeah, I know, it's weird. It is what it is. Oh, Cover FX. Okay. I have to give them crush because in the most, like, unhealthy way that sometimes we have crushed on people, hopefully it's in our past. There are times when we'll crush on people because, like, there's one or two good attributes about them, but we either don't know anything else about them or the rest about them is, like, mediocre to bad. The blush duos from Cover FX keep them at the top of my brain. Not at the top of my brain, but I want better for them. I want better for Cover FX. I want them to bring out more blushes in different colors. I want them to, like, do more. So I keep crushing on them based on the potential, which is, by the way, a terrible toxic idea when it comes to actual human beings. But when it comes to brands, at least I'm aware of my faults. Okay, Huda Beauty also gets a crush from me. And Huda Beauty came around. They were not at the top of my list, but, like, Huda has a capability of making color stories, but I don't know if they have the capability of making the formulas that I love. But, like, almost all of the colorful 9-pan palettes they've ever released, if I had endless amounts of money, I would have bought them out of curiosity and to see if they were any good. So yeah, Natasha Denona. So Natasha is kind of a brand on the DL for me. They're really between Are You That Somebody and Unbreak My Heart, because I see the textures that she can do and the colors that she can do, and I know that neutrals sell, and I know that not every makeup artist is into colors, but, like, I want that from them, and so every time they release something with color, I am intrigued by it. And, like, she can make a nice highlighter formula. She can make a nice blush, cream and powder blush formula. So I keep rooting for her, but, like, on the DL, especially because as a brand owner, she seems like, no thank you. Buxom. But Buxom can just go, like, yeah, they can. I am curious about their blushes, but, like, also I forget about them all the time, and yeah, they can just go. I know I just put Cover FX in the crush category for blushes, but, like, I can't for Buxom. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk about KVD. So KVD is like an easy Unbreak My Heart. At the same time, they could also be on the DL. I'm actually putting them on the DL because they didn't really break my heart. I probably needed like a category that's just like I actively don't care, but I didn't do that, so sorry. But like I didn't actually fall in love with their products previous to all of the stuff about Kat Von D actually coming out. They were a brand I looked at kind of with like a hungry lust that you might get as other people talk about. It's like when everyone talks about certain people being the sexiest person alive, how sometimes that's transferable, where you're like, oh, everyone says that George Clooney is the sexiest person alive, so like, yes, I see it, I want it. But I didn't actually. I actually would have said no thank you, please get away. KVD was kind of like that brand in that people talked about Pastel Goth, about Mi Vida Loca, about all these things. I tried their liquid lipsticks. No. Glad y'all liked them. I hated them. But still, at this point in time, in September of 2021, if they released something I was actively interested in, I would pick it up. I just probably wouldn't like be all like, oh my god, look at the thing I got. Fenty. Fenty is the hottest and coldest brand to me. But this is terrible. But I'm putting them in Baby One More Time. But hear me out. It's based solely on like 3 to 4 products. Their Slip Shine lipsticks, their eye pencils, their glosses, the original, not the lip plumping or the cream, and then kind of sort of their highlighters. Like their Slip Shine, I have one, and I have been so close to buying like 3 to 4 more in different colors because the formula and the application of the one that I have is just, it is perfection. And the Gloss Bomb formula I love. The matte eye pencil in Lady Lagoon that I have is like perfection as well. So even though I'm well aware that there's at least 50% of their line, probably more like 75% of their line that I don't want and I would probably think is mediocre to terrible, they can still hit me one more time. Nude sticks, you can go. The most generic white girl you can imagine is Nude Sticks in a brand. It is that human being magically encapsulated into a brand. Okay, I'm gonna go. And by go, I mean get a refill. So after that roast and refill. Lancome. Did I mention I'm a very indecisive person? Here's the thing. I don't know. I'm putting them in Are You That Somebody because I don't have any experience with Lancome, but I want to. Excuse me. Self-read. I have experience with Lancome, but it was from when I was like a kid. I had an aunt who was a diehard buyer of a very specific product of theirs. I can't remember which. But when it was gift with purchase season, which was twice a year, the thing that she loved was in the gift with purchase. So she would always buy it just for the, like, capitalism. Anyway, I would get the makeup that she didn't want that was in the gift with purchase. So, like, some of my first little, like, eyeshadow was the little round bubble pans of baked eyeshadows from them, literally in the, like, 90s and 2000s. Anyway, I'm curious about some of their complexion. The newish Tarte Doll concealer, foundations, I guess, things like that. But at the same time, like, I could just put them in buy, but yeah, actually they can go. I don't care enough to even, they can go. I'm pretty easily convincing myself. Another one that can just go is Milk. Okay, Nude Sticks is generic white girl personified into a brand. Milk is I'm not like other girls, girl personified into a brand. I'm good. Y'all can both get out and, like, take your stick makeup and please leave us alone. Melt kind of has to go into Unbreak My Heart. But the funny thing is that Melt didn't even actually break my heart. I never spent money with Melt. But they definitely held a space in my brain for a while where I was like, no, this is going to be the cool eyeshadow option. This is going to be the thing. It's totally going to be it. And then they just continued down this road of consistently being inconsistent and, like, duping themselves, but not in interesting ways, and just, you know, all of the things. Continuing to release weed-themed makeup when that we're not going to do that anymore, okay? We're not going to glorify weed when people are still being criminalized for it or in prison for it right this moment. But also, it's to be honest, the thing that's actually stopping me from spending money with that brand is because I cannot trust them. I cannot trust the formulas to be good. So, like, even when I'm all SJW on y'all, the reality is that if it was consistent, if the shimmers were consistently good, and if the mattes were consistently good, I would probably be spending my money with them, but they're not. So it makes all the other shit easy to harp on. Hourglass, you're going in the buy. Okay, you know what? I gotta be real. No. I just remember those single eyeshadows. No, they gotta get the fuck out. I was legitimately gonna sit here and say, oh, but the highlighter trio palette I have from them is really nice, and, like, it's like alien slut palette, and then I'm like, no. The catfishing with that palette that was supposed to be for richer and deeper skin tones, the gall and audacity to develop and release a build your own palette at the price point that they did with the abso-fucking-lutely lackluster shadows. Get the fuck out. Rare Beauty. I'm kind of crushing on Rare Beauty. I'm gonna give them that because their concealer, it's really nice. I really like it, and I would consider buying it again, especially because it's just a brand that is easy to get in Sephora, and their price point, at least from what I remember, it's not so high. It's also not like budget or drugstore. It's obviously in Sephora. I I'm not like particularly drawn to anything else from them, but I understand why they're popular, and I kind of just generally crush on them, and I'm just being like, I'm just waiting to see how they actually evolve as a brand. Let's see. Urban Decay, they got it. I know, they gotta go and unbreak my heart, because they can do good formula eyeshadow. They just refuse to do it. I just like squeaked into the microphone and I was like, let me do another take of that. They refuse to do it. They refuse. And to be honest, I'm also a little bit afraid about their reformulation of the Vice lipsticks, because the Vice cream lipsticks are just perfection. They are so nice. They are so good. When they are on sale, they are such a good price. Yeah. But if they change the formula of those too much, then we're done. For now, I'm just, the vision of what Urban Decay once was is still a broken heart for me. Real talk, Tarte is easily somebody I would use on the DL. A brand I would use on the DL. It's again about complexion. Their eyeshadow, I'm good. Oh God, the booze is getting to me. But they can make nice formulas, is what I've heard in terms of complexion. It's what I've experienced with like a blush that I've had from them. But they don't inspire me or interest me in general. In general, they're very ho-hum, and I'm good. But I would still keep my eye out on them and see what they have coming out and maybe consider buying it. You never know. Lorac. You can go. Again, I think a lot of buy is are brands that just bore me, and that bores me. Lorac bores me. Now, another brand that tends to bore me, but is not going in buy, it's going in Are You That Somebody, is Makeup Forever. Because I understand that they can make good formulas, and they feel very utilitarian at times, and it's not usually my aesthetic and my desire when it comes to makeup. But also, if I was looking for like a really good concealer and somebody was like, you should try this Makeup Forever concealer, I would definitely look into it. If somebody was like, oh, their blushes or their lipsticks, or like, when I'm looking for, actually not even blushes, I would say complexion, when I'm looking for like those workhorse ones where I want to be able to find a color that works for me and a formula, I would consider them. But they don't inspire me or intrigue me, and I think the only thing I really buy from them are their little empty magnetic palettes, but I would be sad if those went away. So Viseart gets crushed because I think it's because of the hype. I really think it's the hype. I think that their eyeshadow formula has been hyped to me through the beauty space so hard that I just need to try it. I do. Like, they don't actively excite me, but I'm still intrigued. Okay, Smashbox is, again, Are You That Somebody? Their eyeshadow primer, their 24-hour eyeshadow primer, is really nice. The packaging sucks. I have a similar issue that I have with the NYX glitter glue, and that the tube will split far before the product is finished. And I would otherwise put them in the buy section, but I don't actually know enough about them to know if like their products are trash or if they're just so boring that I fall asleep before I can ever purchase them. Stila's gotta get the fuck out. They broke my heart because they made liquid glitters that dried out in like 0.2 seconds flat. But also, it's the only thing they've done, and it's the only thing that they peaked, and then nothing more. Okay, Nars. Here's the problem. No. I'm putting Nars under Crush. And it makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. But there is an aesthetic that the Nars brand accomplishes that it's like the actual cool girls in a brand. And because trauma and bullying, even though I'm actively not trying to be the cool girl, the mean bully, whatever, the like uber cool girls still do bring something out in me and make me feel like, oh, I wish one day. But does it make any sense? I don't know. Let me know. Am I bringing too much of my childhood trauma into this? Probably. Most likely. Because I am Emily. And that's how I live my life. But it is what it is. Now, Pat McGrath. Look. I'm putting Pat McGrath Labs in fantasy. Does that mean I like most of her releases? No, it does not. I truly actively think that there's way too much gold and pink and warm tones for such an artistically inspired brand. But the artistically inspired part is the point. The aesthetics, the imagery, all of the things that the brand cultivates through their social media, through their makeup looks, through packaging, like, just beautiful. It's much better for my wallet and my well-being that the actual releases end up disappointing me or just being too rich for my blood. But the fantasy of Pat McGrath and the fantasy of the makeup that they kind of release or create, or the hype that's built up, it's a little bit real. So it's not my top tier, I love it 100%, I would want to buy everything kind of brand. But for Sephora brands, it's at the top of the list. I didn't really, speaking of top of the list, I don't know how I feel about the list and the ranking and the tiers, but like, that's a thing. So that was my ranking Sephora brands tier list experience. Let me know, like, do you think I'm missing a tier? Do you have any tiers that I'm missing and pop song names that would work together, recommendations? Did you enjoy this? Do y'all like it? I definitely would like to do like an indie version, and I have some other ideas in mind, and I'm just gonna see how y'all like this and how you respond, and like, we'll go from there. This is also the first time I've ever recorded the screen and myself and done all that, so it's a different experience for me, but I hope you enjoyed it. And definitely leave me your salty opinions in the comments, and feel free to share the video out or like it or do all the things if you enjoyed it. And if you're new here and you're not yet subscribed, I would love for you to join the HanHan fam. Thank you so much to my patrons and my members and all of the amazing people that make my life so wonderful, including all of you that are watching right now. But most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.